You know, I had this figure for months, and I've had his face and his vehicle mode plastered onto my banner and channel profile for months, yet I have never reviewed him, and I think I referenced him as like a size comparison thing in one of my other reviews or thoughts on videos, but like, I never actually reviewed this guy. I don't know why I didn't do it months earlier while the figure was still in, optimal condition, but, might as well do it now rather than never, right? Okay, before I get into this figure, let's address why I've been putting this off. You know, why I haven't really reviewed this figure before, and why I've hesitated for so long and procrastinated. A tab right here on Tarn's chest plate, and a tab right here on Tarn's back plate, or back, they broke from pushing it in and pulling it out too hard. That's... I don't know if that's user error or designer's error, but still though, if you want to get this figure for yourself, which is like 30 bucks, I suggest being really, really careful with the tabs and shit, okay? They can get real finicky. If they plug in too much, when you pull them out, they just kind of break, so, yeah. Gently tab them in and pray to God that they don't break, okay? You know what? Let's just get on with the rest of the figure, alright? Okay, Tarn's robot mode. It's actually really cool looking. I mean, look at this. It kind of looks flat when you look at it from the side, but it's intimidating, okay? And with the painting and sculpting on here, and the way that his Decepticon mask just brings his character to life, oh yeah. Oh, you'll love to see it. And if I just get my phone here for a second and activate the flashlight. Light piping. Yeah, I know my phone's really bright right now, but Tarn has light piping. I love it, okay? Like, oh. And I love the special magenta fuchsia parts in his abdomen. Like, those actually look cool. And, just look at the way that the paint is applied. And even though the paint is not very durable, it's good, okay? Like, the robot mode of this figure, I give a very special, 8 out of 10. You know, it's great, it's good, but it's not completely perfect. And I'll get to why that is in a second with the posability. But first, accessories. Okay, he comes with one accessory that can split into 3. Like, it's just these 2 really cool looking and accurate cannons. Like, I think in the comics, Tarn calls these cannons of his cluster cannon and fusion cannon. I don't know which one is which because I don't read the IDW comics. But still though, these actually look really cool, and in the instructions, or Evo Fusion instructions, you can put these 2 together to make sort of a sniper rifle. And yeah, it's really cool looking, as displayed in the thumbnail with the effects and shit. And you can do this with his, and if I do something like this with his cannon, or accessory, hold on a second, I gotta do something real quick, off screen. Yeah, this is what I want to show you, Tarn pulling some awesome cannon moves, like, holy shit, this is awesome. And, it's in the instructions, too. Yeah, and one thing I forgot to mention in the robot mode is that Tarn has siege ports all over him, like on his shoulders, his back, his arms, his legs, and his feet. And for some reason, like this arm has 2 pegs for this, obviously, but why aren't there 2 pegs right here on this arm, huh? Like, why is there just 1? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Oh, and another thing I also forgot to mention in the robot mode, there are these little cannon thingies right here on his forearms. I love the little details like this. And in his vehicle mode, these little tiny turret cannons are there on his feet. And also, gotta mention, these back cannons right here that make up these small little cannons on the middle top of his vehicle mode, they also look cool. And another thing I forgot to mention, this is very comic accurate. Or wait, did I mention that before and I forgot? It's actually been like 10 minutes and I have the attention span of a fucking goldfish. Anyways, back to the accessories. Yeah, honestly, these accessories, pretty cool and quite versatile with the sort of siege ports that Tarn has. And if you want to know how to attach it, like just do this on the second peg on his arm, and yeah. And if you want a more comic accurate look, there. Or now one of the cannons is back and the other is forward. Shit, I did not mean to do that, but yeah, if you do this, it kind of limits posability just a bit, so I would still recommend doing this. It may not be comic book accurate, but it works. Okay, it's called improving upon a great design, I guess. Okay, posability. He has a ball joint that can allow him to look up, down, on, back, like that, and sorta side to side, like better than Shadow Striker's head posability, and 360 because ball joint head. And one of my other gripes that I have with the figure, why are the shoulders like that? Like they shouldn't go up and out. They should instead just go out. Like I don't know how to make them go out, but I wish they went out instead of going up and out, because that just makes this look weird. And okay, you know what? Enough of the ramblings. This is about the posability, not my gripes with the posability. Okay, his arm can do this, or his arms can do that. Fuck. And his arms can go up and out, which I still hate. His arm can do this for transformation purposes, and his elbow can do a 360 swivel and a more than 90-degree bend, which I like, and wrist swivel, well, and posable fingers. I like that so much. Like, I love it when a figure has, like, posable fingers that actually work. And a 360 waist swivel, if you, untab the backpack, sort of. And, if I do something like this, his legs can do a split, not quite a full split, but a split nonetheless, then a more magnificent banana split, and his knees can go just a little bit past 90 degrees, but if you unlock the transformation joint, his legs can go far more than, like, past 90 degrees, like, a full 180. That's amazing. And, okay, another disappointing part of about the figure's posability. Barely any ankle tilt. Like, barely any ankle pivot. What? Fine. You know what, never mind. Another part of the transformation, his foot can do this. And that is also amazing for some good and great poses, as you saw in the thumbnail. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the posability. Moving on to robot mode size comparisons. Alright, here Tarn is next to Galvatron, Megatron, Shadow Striker, Soundwave, Toxitron, Cyclonus, Blitzwing, and Waveman. Yes, I have Waveman. I got him off of eBay, and I am not going to review him because that'll be a hectic mess. And all of them are in their robot modes. Also, guys, this took way too long to do. Like, this size comparison, I had to spend like 10 whole minutes transforming all of them into their robot modes from their vehicle modes, and it's going to be even more of a hectic process getting them into their vehicle modes for the vehicle mode size comparison to Tarn. You know what? I've rambled on long enough. Let's just move on to the transformation. Okay. First, what you want to do to transform Tarn into his tank mode: remove his cannon accessory, come to the back, gently untab it, swivel it around like this, then fold the cannons up like this, and then press them like this until you hear some sort of small plastic click. Then swivel the arms up like this, point this part of the arm like this if the figure is facing, if the front part of the figure is facing towards you. Yeah, I like that. I do not know how to speak right now. And fold the outward part, the outer part of the forearm like that. Then swivel the hand like that, 180 degrees specifically. Then same for the other side. Then what you want to do here is put the legs together, fold the feet like this. Then, hold on a second, untab the chest like that. Then pull out the arms like this. Then swivel them like this. Then make sure the head is all the way back. Put it all the way into the chest cavity. Then as you're doing it, fold the chest all the way up. Then fold the tread arms the rest of the way. Then tab the back in like this until you hear a click. Then what you'll want to do next is come to the legs, do the unclipping thing for the posability I showed you earlier in the posability section. Then move them back like this. Then if you see these tabs right here on the thighs, just find a way to have the front part of the forearms into the sides of the thighs. Then, if you'll come here to this part of the tread, or rather his shoulders, unclip them like this. Then fold them like this. And then do the same for the other side until you come to here and you do this. Then just tab the feet in here like this and make sure everything is come on, just yeah, if you don't tab everything in just right, it can seem a little, it can be a little finicky and hard to put together. Then, and when you have the tank mode completed, come to the accessory and swivel this until you hear a click. Then put these from these pegs to these pegs. Then, if you see these tabs right here, you just gotta straighten everything. Then you put them in these holes on Tarn's shins. And there you go. Tarn's tank mode, fully completed. I still do not know how to speak. You know what? Let's just move on to the alternate mode / vehicle mode size comparisons. All right, here Tarn is next to Blitzwing, Cyclonus, Toxitron, Megatron, Galvatron, Shadow Striker, Soundwave, and Waveman in their alternate modes. And yes, transforming all these guys took a real long time, so I hope you guys appreciate this. Okay, so, Tarn's tank mode. It's actually awesome looking, like, I love these, I love how integrated almost everything is, like, I love looking at the top of this thing, even though the feet are kind of visible, but I love the little details here, like, the treads look awesome, the cannons, oh, they also look real good, especially when they're, yeah, like, when they do that, just light pipe. I love it when the cannons light pipe, and, if you haven't noticed already, rotation! A cannon turret that rotates, and these little cannons, they're actually blast effect compatible! Oh, and I also love how this thing looks like some sort of grinder, like something straight out of Mad Max. I love that. Oh, and I also love all these tiny little molded in cannons. Like 95% of this guy has like filled in space. Like there is nothing here. There's almost nothing here that's hollow. But let's get into one of the main gripes I have about the vehicle mode. It's ugly from the back and the bottom. Like it's not the worst underside kibble, but it's just the back of his face sticking out. And the hands. Seriously, they couldn't find anywhere to put the hands? Actually, you know what? That's understandable. I retract that. I retract the you know. But, you know what frustrates me? This figure is so close to greatness that I made it my channel profile and my channel banner. Like, the robot mode is good, but it also has its faults. But what the vehicle mode does worse, yeah, if you don't already know, this guy doesn't have like actual wheels. Like, I cannot even think or speak clearly. Like, this guy doesn't have any like little plastic wheels. It's just these little plastic nubs. Like, this guy is almost perfect. Okay, it's great, but it frustrates me that it's so close. Okay, I wish it had like little wheels. Okay, I wish it had like little plastic wheels that could actually roll instead of these plastic nubs. Okay, but still though, the tank mode is awesome. The robot mode is awesome. It can do this. I love the plastic details, even though some areas of the figure are kind of cursed, like, also, hollow gaps right here. Hollow gaps right there. You know what? It's time to get on to my final thoughts. I've dragged this on long enough. Okay, final thoughts. I actually think Tarn is great. Like, not perfect, but great. Like, I give him an 8.5 out of 10, okay? I got him on eBay for $70 like months ago. Oh, and then out of nowhere, I just decided to make him my channel profile and my channel banner. But this guy is 1.5 points to reaching perfection, yet so far. Like, if it wasn't for the ugliness of the backside and the underside of the vehicle mode, and the posability of the arms, and the problem with the tabs, this guy would have been great. I mean, perfect. This guy would have been perfect. I just... You know... I'm kind of starting to lose I'm starting to lose motivation for reviewing this guy. I've been working, like, all day, hey, for, like, 3 hours. 3 long hours on this video. And you know what? This figure may have been great. Could have been perfect. Okay, like, with how posable this guy is and how good he looks, he could have been perfect. But he's not. It's just... You know what? This has been Legacy Evolution Comic Universe Tarn Transformers Review. Signing off, I don't care, my brain is frying. Goodbye.